this video is for anyone wanting to make edits to the low-poly characters inside something like Blender. So with the project open, you're going to locate one of these meshes. So you can just click on here and basically open up any part. And let's just have a look to find where all of this belongs. So we've got all suits here. So that's the all suits one. You might not see this file here, just ignore that. So I am going to show an Explorer, and you can see the FBX file. Right. So I'm just going to test a couple of things to see what works. This is the first try at this, and hopefully everything's good. So I'm just opening up the latest Blender. Any Blender will work. And I'm just going to click here to locate the directory, and then import FBX. Click here, and I'm just going to leave everything as it is. Okay, just to see what I get. Now it can't open files like that, so I think I have to click up here first, paste the directory, then all suits. Okay, so that now comes in with all the bones pointing in weird directions and stuff. Right, and we've got armature, pose and whatever, so I'm just going to click the mesh, or the meshes, so let me do that. Object mode, and I'm just going to grab all the meshes. Right, and let's try export FBX, and I'll just say desktop test 1. Right, so that I've not done any changes to anything. And then go back in here. I'm just going to make a folder called temp just to check. Import new asset, desktop, and test 1. Okay. The only difference being that the arms seem to be out to the front to start with, but all the animations are there and everything's good. You can check out the rig and change to humanoid and try apply. Okay, I think everything's still fine. Yep, everything's good. There, you can even probably use a copy from other avatar and choose the all suits avatar. Basically going to use the same makeup. Okay, so if you tried that, it might not work. Yeah, I didn't like that one. So rig from this model, apply, and now it's giving us errors because we did something bad to it. So I'm just going to delete that. I think I've broken it. And we're going to import new asset, test 1. So this is straight into Blender, straight out of Blender, just choosing all the meshes. Change that to humanoid, create from model, apply, and that seems to have worked fine. The animations should all work the same. So if I was to drag this guy in, he's come in with a bunch of extra stuff. In with the point light, is that right? No, this one. Yeah, it's coming in with the armature. Okay, that will be the structure. The camera and the light don't need to come in, so and I can't get rid of that. So what you want to do, get rid of that, right? Go back to Blender and obviously tell it you want to export FBX. I'm going to call this test 2, and I don't want anything else. I just want probably the armature and mesh, so I'm using shift to select both of these. So I'll choose both of these, right, just to make sure I do, yeah, I'll just do these two. Won't worry about selected objects, try that. And let's see, go back in here, import new asset, test 2. That seems to have just worked. The rig is generic, let's change that to humanoid. Yeah, that seems fine. Animations are still there, and that should be the way to do it. So let's say we want to edit the mesh. So I'll choose a bunch of these. Can I edit at the same time? Possibly. Let's choose the faces. Okay. Oh. Shift H will reveal these. I just want to unselect stuff here. Right, and then Control E, extrude, and then scale, and then just say you wanted to add something like that, right? And then shade flat. Grow that as well. So full selection up. Shade flat. And then Alt H to bring them from back. So I've given this weird big nose thing. It's not in the right place or anything like that, but let's try object mode. And basically choose all the mesh. You can choose it all up here as well. All the meshes. You don't necessarily have to select it that way, because when you export FBX, you're choosing what you want to export here. Let's call this test 3. Okay, hopefully everything's still working, because I made a mesh edit. All seems fine. So back in to Unity, and we've got our guy here. We want to change the rig to humanoid. Apply, and just drag that in. You want to apply the correct materials and things, but that looks like it's just all the suits. So when you do that, you'll have to tag everything again. So if you have a look at the original one, you can see all the heads are tagged with male head, and there's male suit. So I want to do the same thing. All the heads, yeah, so tag them as male head, and all the suits as male suit. That way you can use the script on it. So if I go to all suits and copy the component back to test 3 and do paste component as new, that should be good. These will all populate at runtime. And yeah, and it works with the spacebar. To make them animate, you want to choose the animation controller, all animations, and that should now, yeah, play the animations. And materials, you'll have to choose the sort of nicer material maybe. So materials one, we got, should be a brighter one. Okay, that's the one for the heads. And there you go. It's not the one with the big nose though. I just noticed that I've just been dragging in the wrong one. Let's see, test 3. Seems to be missing the change that I made. It is there. Oh no, it is there. Okay. Must just be certain ones. Yeah. Obviously, Blender doesn't let you edit all the heads in one go, which I'm kind of used to from 3D Max, but it's up to you to change that. Now the finger looks weird though. If you look at that, fingers do look odd. So let's have another pop at that. Back into Blender, and I'll start a new project. Get rid of these things. Right. I'm going to import the FBX. That'll still work yet. All suits. This time I'm going to change automatic bone orientation. Right, let's see what happens there. Everything's still good, but this time the bones are correctly rotated. And all of that looks fine for now. Let's just export. Let's just try export. So test 4. We're just going to export just the armature and mesh and leave everything else. I'm going to Unity, import new asset, test 4. Okay, I'm going to go for humanoid from this model, apply. Animation still seems fine. Okay, animations look good there, so let's just make sure he's deforming correctly with that same animation. Set. Okay, and that's better now. So that's the process to follow. Just make sure you correct the bones on import. And everything else seems good. Thanks for watching. Bye.